so far. Golden Cat, only like 4 points so far. Cerberus, only like 4 points so far. You notice the theme here.
Yeah, I am noticing that theme. It's really been a day where the teams in probably the bottom 8 are the ones that are really sort of thriving at the moment. I think actually all of the teams that are in the top 5 for today were in the bottom 8 to go into today. So we are seeing a bit of moving and shaking as far as the scoreboard is concerned. And I dare say we will continue to see that as the games progress. Fairly straightforward, fairly decent playing path we saw there early on. It should give everyone the opportunity to jump into their favorite location. Q Confirm and Carnage almost running into each other. It looked like B2 wanted to challenge for that vehicle that Gems has found himself in. And, well, Gems might go chasing after B2 here. So I think B2's, never mind, it's going to be fine. Gems thinks better of it and turns back around. Nice circle shift, though. It's another bit of a change-up. First, we saw one going fairly central. Then we saw one out to the west. It's nice driving from Gems. Ram looking like they might run into an early engagement here again. Edie with a shotty close range. Just one taps JN, though. And that is a nice little positive start for Ram here.
Yeah, they need just something to sort of build off. And that's
performance from them in game 1, but they did take 6th place. The way they fragged out at the end of match 2 does make you think that there is something left in the back pocket here for Gearbox. But unfortunately, having lost J-End early on in the piece and still yet to clear out Edie, these things could get a little worse for them here. This should be pretty easily traded, though. 5 shots in that shotgun, though, for Edie. I don't know, maybe 5 one-taps. Well, 3 is what he'd really require. Chin down early. Could be finished off. Edie opting to go for it. That's probably not a bad decision, given that's points on offer. One more shot, but he's spammed down by Theodora. The grenade through from Nordra. It was a flash, actually, that's going to keep Theodora hiding behind the desk. And it looks like this might be the end of Gearbox. Nordra charging him down. Y8. And Theodora finished off. And Gearbox out in 16th. So you can really put a stop to what I was talking about even 20 seconds ago, because maybe it's not going to be the night for Gearbox.
Yeah, I mean, that's always how it goes, isn't it? You end up finding a win, and then you go out in last place. We've seen it, I think, at least once already here for PCS1 APAC.
Definitely.
Moy, who's got the high ground as well, and he's going to get punished for a quick headshot. That's what happens when you got the high ground, Jordan. The headshot rate is just going to go through the roof exponentially. Victim Rise now, I've got sort of the numbers against Ram if they want to just kill. At the very least, blow that vehicle up. Thank you, Blue Chills.
Well, look, to be honest, Six-Ax kind of made it easy for him by driving in a straight line. All he had to do was line it up. I mean, I guess I say it's easy. It's not as easy as it looks, but certainly
skip. I'd say even 4 or 5 points a game from here on out, halving how much they usually get as Lynxy takes out Poo Chills. Even just halving what they usually get, which is around like 10 a game, and they're still going to be fine from here in late 2.
I don't mind this rotation from Carnage. It's going to get them into the circle, although where they go from here is a bit of a question for me, because there's not a whole lot of cover in front of them.
Some help from Mr. Chan and my boy.
Well, what you don't see on the minimap right now, Xenox, is that VTR are also pushing to the northern side of this 2-2 split of Bahumat Gaming. So,
or potentially Gems, they start to push in. He's going to get a nice spray knocked down.
Oh, that's not a nice spray.
What? Jay is? Not only is he able to get the headshot knockdown onto Shinryuji, but he doesn't get knocked down himself. Ronan steals the kill as well for Fury Australia, so they must have eyes on this too.
Hard God. A little bit of pressure now has been put it out. Bahumat Gaming, they're not really being able to put that pressure onto Q Confirm that we had hoped they would. I don't think we're going to see Art God surviving too much longer. NAMC has managed to get the knockdown onto Jiao Man, but Q Confirm
cross circle, unless you are MSC, Theraton, Carnage as well. Their earlier rotation gets him into a really good spot. Waiki Kabukau goes up in flames to Kamal's. They know it's only Kamal's, they got the information, and even though they lost Waiki Kamukau, should do well for them as Divine push on to the last 2 members of Bahumat Gaming. My boy knocked down by Nikki. Molly. And Mr. Chan could be very well bye-bye Chan very, very soon. The problem with Bahumat Gaming this game is they were just way too greedy. They needed to have Shinryuji and Art God group up with my boy and Mr. Chan. The only thing I can think of is maybe they didn't have the vehicles to do that. Still, this has been a bit of a disaster game for Bahumat.
Either that or Q Confirm got on top of them so quickly that they weren't able to rotate out. Otherwise, it would have been a bit of a suicide mission. Regardless, it doesn't look like it's going to go too well here for Bahumat Gaming. Mr. Chan, pretty solid player. But in a 1-on-3, the spacing looks good for Divine Levi's. Oh no, he's knocked Turtle down, and there's a kill for Mr. Chan.
No
One
way.
more to go.
What?
Nikki, he'll fall too, and that is going to be Bahumat Gaming surviving and Divine out in 14th.
What the hell just happened to Divine Esports?
Just spacing, I think, was the issue.
Oh, is the same thing about to happen to Fury as well? No. Jukesy gets the immediate knockdown onto Kamals, who did have a pre-fired nade that got the knockdown onto Jukesy as well. Yanku lands a few tags onto Chibarit. Bahumat Gaming go from a calamity Jordan to now a hero for Mr. Chan.
Yeah. I had a teacher in high school called Mr. Chan, by the way. Don't think it's the same guy, though.
Probably not.
JJ Leo has run 74L1 over, and this could be pretty good news for Fury because they are trying to hang on to this compound and already on the breach, 74L1 down. Ronan finishes off Chibirit, so VTR have been removed. And now it's time for Fury to turn their attention to DIC, although they will need to get that res onto Ronan. Yoshimin Buri causing some problems.
Towards Insight, DIC are going to get reinforcements through Anquan. They continue.
No, they're not.
Never mind, Mr. Chan. Well, Jordan's teacher coming up big this game for Bahumat Gaming. 3 kills for Fury. They look to finish off the rest of DIC. Jukesy with a knockdown into JJ Leo. Spray into the second window to his right. Just keeps pushing up. Has the confidence. Knows full well he's got the team behind him. Couldn't get the headshot. Reloads the Scar. Peeks to the left and he can get one more. Never mind, he just goes straight in. Jukesy cleans them all up. Bit of help from inside as well. Fury Australia are on another level so far tonight.
It is a
already making their way away from that compound they once had. Because of this circle going north, it's completely ruined Fury's camp game here. They're already in those vehicles heading out and away. So that means Svit and Gems will not have
parties. Similar to what Cerberus is doing at the moment. That's a nice grenade, though, from Yoshimin Buri. You've been talking a lot about him, Xenox, and he gets
That's a good name.
In fact.
Good name, good nade. He finds a double. Maybe things just turning for Yoshimin Buri. His team has been there all along. It's really been their star player that has needed to catch up, but here he is arriving for MSC. You know, we speak about Fury and Astra and them turning things around, but MSC is on another level as well tonight. There is Astra. Linksy knocked down onto Mr. Chan, and finally, our hero from this game for Bahumat's eliminated. MSC and QSV. Svit knocked down. Gems is up. He gets the elimination onto Yanku. Close the door. Get the revive and Q confirm. Are getting ever so closer to a top 8 placing here. Still 3 players up for MSC. Ilinix, Rusidid, and Yoshimin Buri need to flush out the last 2 members of Q confirm.
They certainly do, and they're doing it quickly as well. They're not giving that much time for this res to come across. Yes, Svit is back up now, but MSC continuing to...
In Svit, this is not bad. Now, Insight finds a knockdown as well.
I'm starting to get a bit of a feeling right now. I don't know if you're getting that feeling, but I'm seeing Fury popping up in the kill feed quite a lot. I'm seeing them center circle. I'm seeing them with a 2-1 split. Getting a bit of a good feeling that we're going to see some incognito form back again.
Don't go too early jinxing this one, Jordan. MSC have looked good. They don't have the position. Cerberus have still got the numbers, 4 up. In fact, they're the only team that have got 4 alive now. Vandal's going to be eliminated by Rain. Carnage is still in this too. We haven't even really sort of spoken about them. It's been, again, the OCE teams that are in control here. As they were kind of in match 1, they are once again in match 3. As Q confirmed, take the fight to MSC Theraton. Svit with the knockdown onto Ilinix.
Oh, good flash.
The flash is successful onto Svit. Gems is low health. Smoke up for Yoshimin Buri and Rossiter Jr. And the third party now from Buri Ram. Norcha knockdown onto Gems, and Svit was outnumbered in the end. Q confirmed. No placement point.
It's not good for
a couple
MSC.
of points still. And as you mentioned, not good for MSC either, because that blue's moving. They don't have any cover. Oggy and Cerberus right in front of them.
I mean, at least they've been able to get rid of Q confirm, a couple more points on the board for them there, but I don't see MSC getting much further than this. Look at the overwatch that Nordra has of their position. Maogi on the other side as well, and if Rosita Jr. goes forward, he has to run into Fury, who are absolutely fragging out at the moment, Xenox. I don't know how many kills they've gotten in this game. They're already up.
Yeah, in the piece. Cerberus have still got 4 alive. Not sure what their vehicle situation is. It's hard to believe there's 8 teams still up. When you look at that map, it just doesn't seem like there's that many teams. There goes Morgi, though, immediately after that. Extreme finds a knockdown onto Bryn. When it gets down to this sort of point, though, when There's not many players, there's not many teams alive, and all three Oceanic teams are up. They're probably going to feed on each other. Nordra, the solo for Buriram United, been a much better game for them. That's a nice knockdown. Should be able to get the flush as well quickly after that. 4 kills now for Nordra.
Yeah, it's nice to see for Buriram that they're keeping that scoreboard ticking over. Even though they're down to 1, they're in the placement points now, and they get even more, seeing as Carnage is eliminated in 7th. And they've got 8 kills on the board, so this is the one, differences, but Cerberus and Buriram not getting points on the board. Now, Cerberus and Buriram are looking to close the gap a little bit.
Looking to, they kind of already have begun to do so, and if they can find more in this game, it'll increase, or sorry, slighten that gap even more. Insight knocked down by Basil. In the end, that actually may help out Astra. My boy still alive for Bahumat Gaming. They lost Mr. Chan Jordan, but my boy has still been sneaking around. As Fury, though, falling by the wayside when it matters most. 26 minutes. And I think they're just down to Ronan as a last one alive for Fury Australia. Nordra still just putting in work, though, for Buriram United. Surely he's just been the silent assassin down south, fighting knocks and kills on the Cerberus esports. Jaxi knocked down. It is chaos here in these fields.
Certainly is. Smells looking a little bit worse for wear. Basil will give it up to the zone. Jexi as well. And I think for Eagle Sentinel Shooter, they might just be exiting. Grenade, last finishing touch perhaps onto Nikus, but it's not going to go far enough. Eagle Sentinel Shooter will be out in 6th. And Buriram
to
10 kills. Nordra is fragging out at the moment.
I think he's got 6. Because they had 4 as a team. But that was without him. Niku, Zoidmate still alive for Astra. Roan for Fury. 5 teams left. And there's 4 solos and 1 duo. The duo is Astra.
Yeah.
This is potentially going to be a snake finish. 6 alive, but only 5 teams. If Zoid gets pinged here, he could very well make it a 5 solo play. Throws out a smoke. Astra have the advantage out of everyone right now in terms of numbers. Nordra, the silent assassin, 6 out of 10 kills for Buriram.
If Nordra had the circle here, I'd actually back him to win the game. Zoidmate's gotten rid of my boys, so Bahumat are out in 5th. But he does need to be a bit careful. Nordra, he's got an angle, and Zoid's done. So we're into the top 4 with 4 solos.
Anyone's game from here. Cerberus, Buriram, of course. A lot on the line for them, especially. Trying to catch Q confirm. Fury up into 6th place because of this game so far. Can Ronan find the win? He's potentially closest to the circle. Nikus is alive as well for Astra. They're into the top 8 as well for the Oceanic team of Astra. But Nordra is, right now, kind of like John Wick running around killing everyone.
He's the Terminator, Xenox. He's Arnie. I actually reckon Nordra's got this. I don't want to sort of curse it or anything like that, but the way that he's hitting shots and the way that he's sort of working his way through this, it would be an absolutely phenomenal win for Buriram if Nordra could finish this off, because he's been playing solo for so long. Cerberus had 4, Fury had 3, Astra had 3 when we got into the late game, but he's been solo this whole time and he's just been kind of munching on everyone. Anyway, we're into the final circle shift. So sooner or later, that circle's going to start moving into the center. Now, who has the best position right now? It's debatably Ronan or Nordra. Can't quite tell who's a little bit closer to the center, who has to move last. But Smell's certainly going to have to move first alongside Nikus.
8 kills for Astra. And a big game for them as well. Keeping his eye on Nordra, who spots Smell. And if he spots you, he's probably going to kill you. 8 out of 12 kills now. He's 2 away from a personal killing spree.
Ronan
down
has
to
been
3
very quiet.
teams.
He's been quiet, so I was going to say, I wonder if anyone knows this position. I think Nikus has spotted Ronan there, though.
He knows. Nikus is probably in the worst position, right? Because the other 2 have got some cover. Ronan fires shots towards Nikus. He puts all countrymen aside at this point, wants to get into the top 2, wants to get Fury the win. If he can get the win, maybe into the top 4 they go. Ronan takes out Nikus. Astra fall in 3rd place. It's down to a 1 versus 1.
Look at this
Terminator
run
versus Ronan. And Waika Kamukau says, be like Ronan. In this case, will Ronan be like Ronan? 7 shots, has to reload, moves to the hay bale. Minute 40 seconds left here.
It's been spotted.
We come down to the barrel versus the AKM.
Ronan has a nice little angle through the tractor, but doesn't land any shots. So Oceania up against Thailand right now. The flash is coming out from Nordra. And a good shot in from Ronan. That's going to be some more damage. Nordra certainly copying the brunt of it. The flash does connect onto Ronan, though. But he has the better position. Nordra's going to have to move first.
Nordra does have the barrel, though, and that is the meta right now. If it comes down to both of them sort of firing at each other at the same time, you kind of back Nordra in, and he has been the Assassino in this game. Lands the first few tags onto Ronan. AK in hand. He's only got one first aid kit. Flashes galore. How many does Nordra have? Pushing up to this red truck. This may actually backfire if Nordra gets too close and Ronan spots him. He'll be able to get a much higher chance at a headshot. Ronan from the right side gets the win! Fury Australia! They stop the Terminator!